Welcome to another episode of This Is My Architecture. Today I'm joined by Matt from Benevity. Hey Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
Tell us a little bit about what Benevity does.
Yeah, Benevity is trusted by the world's most purpose-driven brands, including Amazon, to engage their employees and communities by offering donation, volunteering, and granting programs.
So today we're going to talk about all things logging, and you've had some experience with that. Tell us about some of the challenges you've had.
Absolutely. So in our legacy system, we were spending a lot of time on patching and maintenance. So we were spending up to 16 hours per month on those activities, which weren't a differentiating factor for us. We also had logs moving into different systems. Our legacy EC2 logs were flowing into Logstash, but our Lambda and ECS logs were often ending up in CloudWatch, and we needed something more centralized.
Gotcha. I remember building elk stacks myself, so looking forward to understanding how you simplified this. So let's dive in.
Absolutely. So we had 3 layers of compute. As I said, EC2 was already moving through Logstash, and we were able to port that directly over. For our Lambda layers, we were moving into the Lambda that is provided in the OpenSearch documentation for log processing. And for ECS, we were using the Fluentbit container. So we're using FireLens to push logs to Fluentbit, which is directly in the task definition for our ECS tasks. And that would push the logs through to our centralized logging solution.
So you're using 2 different products to do log processing. How does that simplify things?
Yeah, we wanted the happiest and easiest path in both of these situations. So the Logstash that was already set up for our EC2 instances, we were able to keep, which was a huge win for us. And being able to put the Fluentbit container as a sidecar directly in the ECS task definition made it really easy to process those logs.
Wow, so that really simplifies the packaging and deployment of that workload.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay, so now I see you've got a bunch of users that I'm sure want to access all this. How do they do that?
Yeah, so all of the logs are coming from the processors into OpenSearch. So now we have one centralized location where we can manage all of these logs. At the same time, we have hundreds of users that want access from a number of different departments, including SecOps and IT, our developers and engineers, and our operations folks. So we used Okta as a middle layer to provide RBAC for our users going into OpenSearch, and that allows us to filter on different indexes for different users so that we can have sensitive logging right beside regular application logging and provide those logs to the users that need them.
So that's pretty clever. It's giving you a permission system on those indexes, right?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. What are some of the benefits that you've seen?
The big benefit for us from an operations standpoint is the removal of the 16 hours per month. We were up against challenges as well with upgrading the versions of our legacy logging software. And we don't have to have those problems with OpenSearch because it's really easy to move from one version to another. We also now have a fully centralized solution so we can send all of our users to the same place, which really helps us with getting the logs to the users that need them.
Very clever. Thanks so much for sharing your architecture with me today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on This Is My Architecture.